Alright, it's been about 3 months and I'm already started on my next school. I haven't got the opportunity to show you these boots since I've gotten them and used them. These top sides are shiny mostly because I put my pants over these, and when I climb I just pull my pants up high enough to where my my gaff strap doesn't bother me or get binded up in my pants. I just roll my pants up to about like right here or something. Anyway, doing good. Mud, water, cold, they're good. I mean, as far as they're a comfortable boot, but the only thing I would say about these boots that I do not like was the break-in. And I found a trick, actually, something my dad told me that he used to do with old boots was, what you do is you jump in the shower, and I know it sounds weird, but you jump in the shower and you get these boots, or you can either set them in the tub with the hottest water you can get, in the tub, and just completely drench them, inside it now. And then I did that. I actually put the boots on, stoppered the tub, ran the shower with, turned to the hottest setting, and I let these get real, the leather themselves, I let it, just saturate the leather with water. And then I turned them upside down and drained all the water out of them, and then I turned them upside down and I put them on that boot dryer right there. And when I woke up in the morning, of course the insides were dry. Believe it or not, they actually were. And the outside wasn't completely dried, which was my initial goal, was to keep this wet, so I could hopefully stretch the leather out. And then I put on 2 pair of work socks, Carhartt work socks, just your traditional steel toe socks. And I wore 2 pair of socks for about 3 or 4 days, close to a week. And what it did was it just stretched the leather out. And eventually one morning I just woke up and I forgot to put another pair of socks on, and I put them on and I wore them out, and it didn't bother me. And now I can wear them all day. I stretched them out. This part right here is stretched out, which in the first video that I ever posted on these, this part right here was what was bothering me the most. It was actually rubbing on the inside. It was rubbing my ankle and it was uncomfortable. So I only ever wore these, when I was climbing. Well, now I actually wear them on a daily basis until I just they are heavy. I mean, it's granted, they are a heavy boot. But I've been climbing a lot lately, focusing on my climbing and, practicing and whatnot for these schools. And, so I just wear them all the time. That way I just throw my gas on and run up the pole. They are very comfortable. The soles on them have a lot of traction. They're a good Vibram sole, and I haven't noticed any deformation or any type of chipping or chunking out of the rubber. The rubber has actually been good. As far as the what is that called? The shank goes, easily. In some of those classes, I changed a cluster mount of transformers, 3 pots on a cluster mount, and I sat up there. I changed the first one by myself, and they sent a guy up, and I stayed with him and changed the other one, and he went down, and another guy came up, and I changed the other pot. And I bet it took all together, because these new guys, we're changing them with a 3-2 block, and not everyone will understand that, but it takes time. It's time, because we weren't using a cap stand or a chuck or nothing. We were actually doing it the manual way to learn. Anyway, I was up on the pole for close to 1.5 to 2 hours, and it was just like standing on the ground. So as far as the aspect of the shank goes, Hoffman Boots knows what they're doing when it comes to the shank. If you're looking for a climbing boot that you can be up on the pole for hours at a time, a boot like this is probably for you. Now, if you're looking for a boot that you can wear every day, that you're going to be completely content with, this series of the boot, the powerline, is pretty heavy, and I would be more willing to bet you would be happier with this boot if you were in a cold environment. You would not be subjected to the weight. You wouldn't be bothered by the weight of this boot in a colder climate, because I'm in Texas, and yeah, we do have harsh winters, but not near like Idaho or further up north and stuff like that. This boot is hefty, and it's got kind of like a little insulation to it. But this, I'm excited to wear these more in this coming winter when we have snow and drizzle and cold and wet and all that. I'm excited to try these then even more. No real big wear on the soles on either one of them, so I'm happy to see that. And yeah, it only has been 3 months, but I have been wearing these boots a lot. And linemen and servicemen and line mechanics, stuff like that, are very hard on their boots. I'm still using the Obanoffs, and that's partly the reason you get this leather's so taken care of. And I do that about once a month, because of course that adds to the waterproof effect of these boots. They have not leaked whatsoever. I enjoy them. It has been raining like nonstop, and I've been in and out of mud. That's why they're literally just covered in mud, both of them. And puddles. I've been standing in water in these, and they don't leak. So I'm thankful for that, because there's nothing worse than wet boots when you're trying to get a job done, or just trying to learn or focus on school. Really happy with these boots. Like I said, this part right here is finally broken. It's kind of just worked. I think the next pair of boots I will get, which they appear to be more of a lighter boot, and these kind of remind me of the Volt toes from Wesco. They're real wide and just big stable boots. And I think what I want to try is the pole climbers, probably the 14-inch pole climbers from Hoffman. I'll probably own a set of those. But these boots have been great. I have no complaints. And like I said, you might try that break-in. Just put them in some hot water and maybe just saturate the boot completely and put them on a boot dryer and see what it does for you. Maybe just wear the socks. Do the sock thing that I did to keep from chafing or rubbing and whatnot and get blisters until you get them broken. And it only takes about 3 or 4 days. And so that may help you or help y'all in some way. But that's them for now. That's the Hoffman powerlines after 3 months of use. So they get the thumb up. Alright. Now, I showed these boots also last time, and these are the my everyday, or used to be everyday until I started wearing these more. These are the Redwing 4420s, I believe. I can't remember the exact number. Anyway, still doing great. I changed the insole, or the little sole thing on the inside, because I did wear that out. I rubbed a hole in it. The sole's still doing good. I've actually wore it down quite a bit since I got these new boots new. When I first got these boots new, they made me feel taller, because they did have a lot of tread. It does have a shank system. These are what, and if you're a lineman or a serviceman or line mechanic or something like that, these would be what I consider my hour boot. If I gotta just run up a pole and change the light bulb or photocell, or run up and connect a service real quick, I have no problem running up in these real quick if I'm just going to be on the pole for less than an hour. These are my hour boot. Happy with them. They do everything I want. They're a tough boot. They're made in China, but don't judge that. A lot of the guys I work with wear these boots every day. This is what they climb in. This is what they work in. This is their everyday boot. For me, they're not comfortable after an hour on the pole, but everyone's different. I've seen people climb in cowboy boots, and I've seen people climb in full-blown $500 Wescos. Literally just depends on your version of comfortability. But thumbs up on these as well for an everyday boot, or just a hard, if you got like a oil field job, anything like that, they've got a lot of arch support. No back pain with either one of these boots. pull-on boots I just wear around the house when I'm working in the yard. And these are just Justin pull-on boots that I do the open-off treatment to. But altogether, I don't wear pull-ons unless I'm at home. And most of the time, my work gets done in these, even so, because I don't want to just come home, take these off, and then put those pull-ons on. So, anyway, Redwing 4420, good boot. Hoffman powerlines, wonderful boot for climbing. Those going to school, those going to college, even. You know, these do have they're a little cheaper than the West Coast, and the quality is very much the same. If I were going to tell anybody, I would probably tell you, if you live in a hot environment, to go for the powerline. Not the powerline, I apologize. The pole climber. They're more of a thinner boot, more aimed like this, where there's not a lot of insulation. And they're more of I wouldn't call it a summer boot, but they're just a lighter boot than these big heavy boys. Now, if you're in a cold climate, these are boots for you. These are, I bet, they're probably not near as warm as the packs. I haven't owned a pair of packs yet, but I would like to try some someday. But these would probably be really good for the winter. So we'll see when I get there, and I'll give you another update in about 3 months or so. All right. I hope this helps y'all. And if y'all have any questions or anything, just comment, and I'll be happy to help any way I can. All right, then. Y'all take care, and God bless, and stay safe.